Once I started working with Family Resource Center, I felt like they were a godsend to me because I had nowhere to live. I didn't know what I was going to do next. I was 7.5 months pregnant at that time, and emotionally I was, one day I was feeling devastated at how did I end up in this position, and the next day I would feel like everything's going to be okay. The agency always, I think, helped me to really clarify my thoughts and to think through my decision, and I think that that's the most important part. Once I became clear about thinking about my decision to place my son for adoption, I wanted to continue through the process and pick a family. And fortunately, I found a wonderful family. Soon after that meeting with the adoptive parents, I had to be induced. A huge part of me felt really, really scared for the baby. But then another part of me just started sobbing because I said I wasn't ready. I still had 4 more weeks to go before he was due. And Carrie, my counselor, if she wasn't there at that moment, I think I probably would have lost it, but she was wonderful. Since all of this happened, she had to call her husband and tell him that she wasn't coming home because she was staying with me. And I was really grateful for that because I didn't know, I didn't have anybody else that could be with me. I wasn't on the maternity ward, and there was no happiness. It was the middle of the night by the time I had him. I still wanted the, hey, congratulations, you did it. You made it through the 12 hours of labor or anything, but it wasn't like that. I decided to go scrub in and go see him in the nursery by myself. The nurse was taking pictures, and then all the nurses were crying, and it was just very difficult. I think as a birth mother, you still want to feel the baby close to you just for a little bit. It's hard to explain, but when you look into your baby's eyes, you just get this tremendous feeling of love that you've never felt before. I kissed his forehead and I said goodbye in my own way, and I asked him to forgive me. And then I was able to hand him back to the nurse. The selfish part of me really wanted to keep him, and I really wanted to keep him, and I kept trying to tell myself, you can get through anything, you can do this, you can, we'll find a way. But then the other part of me, the realistic side of me was like, no, both of these boys deserve so much more than what I can give. Carrie stayed with me as long as she said she would stay, as long as I needed her there. But I really just wanted to be alone. Just wanted to kind of sort through my own thoughts. After a couple of days, she asked if I was ready to sign surrenders. And she asked me if I had any questions, if I wanted to talk about anything, and to talk about anything at all. She wanted to make sure that I was very clear in what I was doing and that my understanding was clear. I knew right away that what I was doing was the right thing, because I knew from that point forward that he would have a much better life than what I could give him.